Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about something very important. This really determines your success, your goals, your happiness, your productivity. It really determines everything in your life, and that is your mindset. Today I want to talk to you about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. My name is Matt Jones, and this is the Life 2.0 podcast. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Matt Jones and I help people to empower their lives. So today we are talking about mindset. Now, mindset really is everything in your life, isn't it? From your success to your discipline, towards productivity, towards whatever goals you want to attain, towards whatever attitude you want to have, towards that person you want to be with, towards that job or career that you want to have, or that promotion you want to get. You know, mindset really determines everything because it determines our attitude, which dictates our actions in life, right? And this is extremely important to me just because I've been studying mindfulness for a long time. I've always really believed in the power of the mind and science and its ability to, really conquer yourself, conquer your fears, conquer all those doubts, conquer the negativity and the pessimism. If I can share a story with you, when I was a much younger kid in my 20s and I was trying to pursue music as a full-time. If you've seen my other videos, I lived many years as a professional musician. But when I was fresh out of college and I was in Los Angeles and I was networking and I would start doing a lot of gigs and I started teaching a lot and I was making a living full-time from music, which was great. And I was really starting to make a name for myself in the music industry. And as fate would have it, I had a really bad fall and I actually broke my wrist. And I broke it in 4 different places. I had to have 5 pins put in my wrist and I had a titanium pin, which is actually still in my wrist, helping hold my wrist together. So as you can imagine, as getting a full scholarship to college and pursuing this full time and really going for it, I didn't want to do anything else in life. And then finally breaking my wrist, it was earth shattering to me. It was terrible. And the doctor in the room told me that I should start considering other professions because I will no longer be able to play music. And it crushed me. It completely crushed me. It floored me. He might as well have told me I had terminal cancer, because to me, I didn't want to do anything else. This is what I set my life up to do. So obviously, it was a really hard experience, and I went through terrible sadness. I was in the cast for 6 months, and the doctor told me that I would get about 10% of my wrist movement back. Because when you're in a cast for that long, your muscles atrophy and, you just can't regain the movement that you once had. So after I felt sorry for myself, I decided to pick myself up and develop the growth mindset. And I went through therapy every single day. And I told myself, I don't believe the doctor. I'm not going to believe these orders. And you know what? I'm just not going to accept it. I said, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing music and I'm not going to let anything stop me. So I chose to adopt a growth mindset. And luckily, better minds prevailed. And after my therapy, I had 95% of my wrist rotation back. And 6 months after that happened, I went to therapy, I got the gig that sent me around the world. And I toured the world. And it completely changed my life. And it was just another confirmation to me that in life that you can never be limited by what you say to yourself or what other people say to yourself. Because the only limits you have in your life are the limits that you put on yourself or that other people put on yourself. You got to choose to have that growth mindset. You got to choose to accept the challenges. You got to accept always learning. There's always going to be challenges, no matter where you get to in life. You get to this ridge, this ridge, this ridge. boom, life is gonna knock at you. And you gotta know how to push back, how to knock back, right? Have that resilience, have the persistence. Well, you can't do that if you have a fixed mindset, or you're constantly negative, or you're pessimistic, And I could give you a dozen other examples similar to this right now about adopting this mindset. But when it comes down to it, attitude, mindset is everything. So let's go ahead and discuss the growth mindset, guys, versus your fixed mindset, because it really will completely change your life. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put you on my little selfie stick here, if you don't mind, for just a moment. Okay, here we go, guys. All right, so let's discuss different elements of the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. So like I mentioned, growth mindset is one of abundance, okay? Growth mindset is one of positivity, remaining positive. You are grateful, right? You have a grateful mindset. You appreciate learning and just growing. That's the growth mindset. It's really one of abundance. Now, when you have a growth mindset, you embrace those challenges, right? You take those challenges and you head on, and you just break through those walls, whatever you got to do, as opposed to avoiding the challenges, right? A lot of people, we like to sit in our comfort zones and we don't like to get out of it. That's a fixed mindset because you're not embracing the challenges. Growth mindset, you learn from criticism, all right? So you're not so egotistical that you're not willing to take a look at yourself, right? As opposed to being ignorant about things, taking a self-awareness journey, taking that trip and, maybe questioning those things that you do, or you think, or whatever it be, right? Take the criticism. With a fixed mindset also, you believe that intelligence and talent is fixed. So an example of this is, for instance, a kid maybe getting out of high school, going to college, he's been working hard for years, and then he finally gets that shiny little degree. As long as he knows that he has that shiny little degree, wherever he goes, he can just throw it on the table, he's going to get the job offers, and his life is going to be set for life. No, this is a common mistake for students, for people in lots of different professions, because whenever you get to that profession or that job, there's going to be people who also have a degree or also have that training, and they're going to be just like you, and you're going to have to keep learning and getting better and growing, okay? So don't think that your intelligence is fixed, because you're always going to have to learn more and more and more, right? With a growth mindset, you put in more effort. These people are the people that go above and beyond. If you ever heard that expression, you learn to challenge yourself more and you go above and beyond, okay? For learning, for growing, for doing a better job for your small business or your company or your family or whatever it is. You put in more effort because you care that much. People with a fixed mindset, they tend to give up very easily. I've known this defeat before in my life. I don't like how it feels, so I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to give up, right? That doesn't work for you. You don't grow that way. You're not productive. You also know a fixed mindset by people who say things such as, I'm a failure, right? That doesn't get you anywhere. You're not a failure. Everybody fails and everybody succeeds. You have things in life and you fall off, you get back on. I believe it was Edison who, it took him over 10,000 tries to perfect the light bulb. You talk to any entrepreneur or successful businessman, they've tried and tried and tried and tried again with things. They've had lots of failures in life. And then they finally did that one thing that made them successful. So you just have to keep on going, right? Fixed mindset. So this is also, like I said, it's one of scarcity. It's one of lack, of negativity. And you don't really believe there's enough out there for everybody. And other people's success will make you jealous. That's a very fixed scarcity mindset. And one of those is being threatened by the success of others. If you're not happy for other people in their lives and you're only comparing yourself, you're living in just jealousy and lack. And that just doesn't give you any happiness. It doesn't give you anything worthwhile, right? Nothing. You should be inspired by other people's successes, They believed in themselves. They worked hard at it, and then they deserved it, right? So, you see someone in a nice car, instead of being mean about it, you should be like, hey, good for that guy, right? Obviously he did something. Maybe it was a trust fund baby. Sure. You never know. Some people just inherit wealth. But, try to be happy for more people in the world. You see them in a nice car, don't just make fun of them. Or you see a nice couple, and you wonder, well, how the heck did he get that? Think, hey, good for that guy. Good for them. Just be happier for people. That's a happiness abundant mindset, Also, you learn from your failures, right? So you're not going to grow in life if you're not learning, right? If you fail and you never learn from that mistake, that's on you, right? We make mistakes in life and we grow. That's how it works. Obviously, if you're trying to do anything major, if you're trying to, have a major goal, like you want to, build a business, or you want to get a certain title at this job that you have, or you want to get your doctorate in something, or whatever it be, you realize that it's going to take time and hard work. All right, and that doesn't bother you, right? You feel like whatever you're trying to accomplish right now, you got to scale a mountain, and you take that as a challenge, and you go, sounds good. That's what I want to do. So I don't care. I know it takes patience, it takes time and focus, so that's what I'm going to do, right? And you also want to keep learning, right? Always learn. Knowledge is power. We got to keep going, as opposed to the fixed mindset, which is, why should I bother? I'm just going to give up. Life's so hard. Man, poor me. You just can't adopt that attitude. We've all been there. I've been there. I've fallen off and I felt sad for myself. And, why me? Why me? Complaining gets you nowhere in life. It really doesn't. It's a complete waste of time. But because I've been through it and realized that, from the very bottom, knowing that my only way is up, what's the point in being worse on myself? Why do I need to have this perfectionist attitude? I make mistakes. Other people make mistakes, then we pick ourselves up and we just keep going. But feeling sorry for yourself is not going to get you anywhere. And that place of feeling sorry for yourself is known as the comfort zone. Yeah, that's not a good place to be. When you're in your comfort zone, you don't do those things. You don't go for that run, right? You don't build that business plan. You don't, try to get anything of significance to you, right? You don't go for that relationship. You don't take a chance on love, right? You're just not swinging the bat, in life. You're just striking out, and it's only until we learn to get into our discomfort zone, when we learn to embrace discomfort, we learn to embrace growth and abundance and choosing just to be positive and go for it. That's when the magic happens. That's when the real magic happens. I did it in my life, and I attained my childhood dream of playing music, traveling the world. I've also been cheated on, and this was with a girl who told me that she wanted to marry me and have my children, and it was serious, and it was a time where I was touring the world, and I took a chance, and I went for it, and because I wanted more in my life, and then she cheated on me. And instead of feeling sorry for myself, I said, no matter what's going to happen from this day forward, I will not allow this terrible person to affect my present as well as my future. I will not allow that to happen. And I chose to live in my abundance, be optimistic and grateful. And I let it go. I wasn't looking for love. And sure enough, it found me. And I met my wife, love of my life, had a beautiful son. And I know that if I would have had a fixed mindset and I would have just given up easily or said, I've failed at love, I will always fail, that would have got me nowhere. And I'll tell you guys, it makes all the difference. It really, really does. And just your general mood and happiness, and there's always something to be grateful for. Be abundant and be happy. You don't have to have money to be happy and abundant, right? Because there's plenty of people out there who have plenty of money, who are seemingly successful, but they live in lack and they're negative and they're jerks. That's not success. That's not success at all. So I hope this video has helped you guys to understand the different mindsets a little bit. You really want to have a growth mindset in life, the abundant mindset. And it really is. You'll have success in your attitude. You'll have success in the goals that you're trying to attain. You'll have success in love and all sorts of things. So I really hope this has helped you today. Please let me know what you thought about this video in the comments. And if you could work on a few things, whether it be in the growth column, well, it's all going to be in the growth column. But if there's a few things in the column that perhaps you need to work on within that. So if you got some value out of this, guys, I would really appreciate it if you would click the like button and then click the subscribe button. And I'm going to have a lot more self-development videos out there like this. And I want to help you guys, and I want to relate my stories and tell you a little bit more, and hopefully maybe give you a little bit more happiness and just perspective in your own life. All right, so wishing you guys all the best, love, and success. Bye-bye, guys. Hi, guys. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a nice review on iTunes, and that helps me to spread the message to even more people. And also feel free to join me on YouTube. Go to the YouTube search bar and simply type in Life 2.0 Podcast Matt Jones, and you can find me on there. I have a lot more videos and ideas and information on personal development and more of my story, and I would really love to hear from you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much. Lots of love.